Hi, welcome back to Food Travel Shopping Channel, and you're watching Restaurant Remake. And today I will be doing a restaurant steakhouse menu. In part 3, I will be doing the steak fries, and I highly recommend you watch the full video because it's super crispy, it is not deep fried, and it's only oven baked. Let's get started! I have 2 pounds of the russet potato here. I washed it, I cleaned them. Now I'm keeping the skin on, okay, so that's why you have to wash it and clean it very thoroughly. Alright, so for this recipe of the steak fries, we don't need to fry them, so that's good. We're gonna put it in the oven, but this recipe should be still very crispy, okay? So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna achieve that. But in the meantime, we're gonna cut this into half and then cut the potato in half and then cut it into 4 pieces on each side. So then you have your potato wedges. All right, so it's really, the steak fries is like potato wedges, ultimately. So I usually like my fries to cut thick. So if you're one of those who prefer your fries to be thick, so this is a good alternative. All right, so after we cut it, here we are. There's all our potatoes. All right, so we're gonna soak this potato in cold water for 1 hour so we can get all the excess starch out. All right, so I drained my steak fries, so now I want to dry them. All right, so you want to put a paper towel, and we're just gonna lay flat our potato steak fries here. All right, just gonna pat them dry. All right, so I'm gonna put this to the side for a second. Now in the meantime, while this continue to dry a little bit, I'm gonna coat the steak potato fries with a batter, right? That kind of thing. And I'm gonna use 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. All right, so I'm actually gonna give this a little mix here first. And I'm gonna put this in the microwave for a minute after I mix this. So after we put it for a minute, it is like a gluey kind of thing. All right, so look at this gluiness. All right, so this gluiness, we are now going to put in 1 tablespoon of our paprika. And then we're also going to put in 1 tablespoon of our garlic powder. All right, so give this a good mix. All right, it looks a little funky, what I'm gonna be doing here, but this is what makes it nice and crispy. All right, put it in the oven. All right, so we're gonna stir it until everything is combined. All right, so now I'm gonna incorporate the paste into my potatoes. I'm gonna mix it really good. So then every potato wedges have this coating here. All right, so I'm just using my hand to kind of like massage each of the potato here. All right, so we want to make sure we do it as evenly as possible. All right, so this is good. And then we're gonna put this to the side. All right, so in a baking sheet, and I'm gonna use 1 tablespoon of my oil here. I want to lay each of my potato wedges flat on one side. All right, so you definitely want to give each some space here. Now, when we put it in the oven, we're gonna put it in 425 degrees, and we're gonna bake each side of the potato wedges here, or the steak fries, whatever you call these. 15 minutes on each side, so a total of 30 minutes. All right, so let's put these into the oven here. All right, and I have 2 sheet here, so in it goes, 425 degrees and 15 minutes, and we're gonna flip to the other side. So 15 minutes. Now we need to flip it to the other side. I can even hear some crispiness already, so you'll be surprised. Actually, this is actually a good way to make your steak fries. So even though you think, oh, is this gonna be crispy enough? No, I can tell you this is gonna be crispy. Do this side now. Alright, so this one is not as crispy as the one on the bottom, so I might need to do this top one a little bit longer. And these are bigger pieces, so you can definitely put them in a little bit longer if it's needed. Alright, so this side is good. Alright, so in goes another 15 minutes. So right now I'm going to show you how to make a dipping sauce for our stick fries. We're going to use half a teaspoon of the paprika, half a teaspoon of the black pepper, finely grinded here. Okay, half a teaspoon of our garlic powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of our parsley, dry parsley. All right, so let's give it a good mix here. All right, so then we want to add in roughly 3 tablespoons of our mayonnaise. All right, so this is gonna be, we're gonna give a good mix here. I'm gonna add approximately half a teaspoon of honey. All right, so now we're gonna mix well here. Okay, and then finally I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of ketchup. Okay, so now this is our dipping sauce. All right, so we can transfer some of the wherever you want to serve it. So now I'm ready to serve. All right, so this is definitely nice and done. You can hear the crispiness. All right, so what you want to do is have a mixing bowl right here ready. Line it with paper towel. So as we take them out, we're gonna put it into the bowl with the paper towel, so that's gonna absorb all the excessive oil. Okay, definitely you can hear the crunch. All right. All right, top as well. All right, so these are, now the back is slightly, we want to still get that cooked. Now these are done on the outer side, so sometimes it happens. All right, so you have to make your judgment. If you can even hear those crunchy noises, that means it's ready. If you can't hear them, that means they're not. So like this is not, right? It should be like crunchy, right? All right, so I am going to move this down because I am baking it, so from the top it's not gonna be as hot as the bottom, even though I put it on convention baking. So let's just put this in for another 3 minutes. All right, so after another 3 minutes here, so now you can see after putting it down on the lower rack here, oh, you can hear the crunch. All right, that's what we wanted. So now I'm just gonna put these into the rest of my mixing bowl. All right, so come back here and take a look at our stick fries. It came out really nicely, all right? So I used the paper towel just to absorb the oil. So now we can remove the oil. All right, so what I wanted to do now is to season it with some black pepper. All right, so we're gonna give this a nice toss. So now we're gonna get some Himalayan salt, and I'm gonna season that with some salt and give it a good toss. So a pinch at a time. All right, so a couple more, that's it. All right, finally I'm gonna put some parsley flakes. All right, so there's 2 ways that we can serve it. If you have one of these nice little holder, which is for the fries, we can serve it this. You just lined it with Parmesan paper, and we're just gonna dump some stick fries here. All right, pretty generous amount here. All right, with the dipping sauce on the side here, as you can see. So let me just tilt it a little bit so then you can see this here. All right, so then also finally we're gonna sprinkle some Parmesan cheese on top. And we are ready to serve. All right, another way of serving is that you can put it in one of these roasting pan. All right, so I'm just gonna try to put these nicely. Transfer it over. And we're gonna put some Parmesan cheese on top, and that's another way that you can serve it. This is my stick fries with Parmesan cheese on top. We have our paprika dipping sauce as well. I hope you enjoyed this crispy stick fries, and I encourage you to try it out at home. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time at Restaurant Remake.